And if they post an article that's relevant to our members, we will post the article on our wall and then tag them. So we would do like @active.com. And then so our post shows up on their wall to all their followers also. That's a good way to add people.
So it's a very viral way. Let's go over here. You can push the button and see if the mic will work.
Is this thing on? Hello? Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Tyler Giles, and I work at the Community Foundation for Greater Atlanta. And one of the questions I had was, our marketing department is 2, whereas our staff is about 40. And the folks that work with our donors and the folks that work with nonprofits, I'm interested to hear how you all can suggest or get insight about incorporating others in your organization with your tools.
Yeah, here we go. All right, so maybe we'll just come on this, there we go. So what we did for TechBridge, if you want to get other people in your organization involved, is we had just a training session after work one time, and we just brought snacks. We had everybody sitting around a table. People could ask questions. We had people on a conference call too, so people couldn't make it there in their car, driving on their way home. But basically that's what we did to focus on their staff of volunteers and advisors, and to let them know not only that TechBridge has a Facebook group and this is what we're doing on it, but you guys should really be involved too. This is a great organization. Let's all help each other out. Let's make it super engaged, and that's something that was helpful for us. So maybe even if it's as simple as having some kind of working lunch, sometime where you guys could get your organization together.
You had that meeting, but I think her question is, how did you get those people to get involved? Did you actually go to the TechBridge page and make a post on it? How could they actually get involved with it?
Well, for TechBridge, basically everybody already has a Facebook profile. So it was basically just telling them how to get to the TechBridge group and become a member. And we can't obviously force people to write messages, and we can't say, you need to do this Tuesday, So it's kind of just, making it almost like a promotion, like hoping and telling them how to do it, and then hoping that they'll kind of take the reins and go off with it.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I'm Matt Piper, and I work with Open Hand, and our subject matter is nutrition. And I was really interested to hear some of the earlier comments about how Facebook is a great tool to kind of, for your lighter topics, to keep it light, keep it fun, keep it free, is kind of what I was hearing. But for issue-based kind of content, that may not necessarily be the best tool. And I was interested about this Girls Inc. presentation because that is a really tough topic, and if they're dealing with abuse, it sounded to me like the Facebook was helpful in setting an image and creating an image of being supportive, but that's not necessarily the tool that you wanted to engage people to actually have discussions about abuse, right? That other tools are more relevant for that. Am I hearing that right? Is that?
Yeah, well, that's what happened with Partnership Against Domestic Violence anyway, is their main concern was that if women are going to be writing on their Facebook page saying like, hey, I need help, stuff like this, their pictures on there, Facebook just probably isn't the best tool to use for a topic such as that, for privacy issues. So that's why what we did for them is we just put as much information as we could and advise them to do that on their Facebook page. So that way it can take them to their website, and on their website they can get a lot more detail on there and find, either a Partnership Against Domestic Violence office or a call center or something like that.
And I would add to that though, so with the user base of Facebook now, there is still an audience for that conversation that you're seeking to have. They might not be an audience that's as willing to share, to Sarah's point. So creating content and having a presence and being relevant and timely and all of that,
just maybe set expectations internally that you're not gonna have 100 comments, or you're not gonna have a ton of people that are gonna, ooh, I just read this great article about how I need to lose weight. You're not gonna share that with your friends. Maybe you will, I don't know.
And also think about reaching out to some of the established online mechanisms that you know about. We've done a number of guest blogs, which are blogs are a lot easier to get access to than traditional media, just because the space is not like a printed paper. And so there's think about leveraging other resources to establish your brand and then drive people back to your sites.
So it's using somebody else's blog, and you essentially become a guest columnist or a guest author
Right.
on that.
Yeah, so if there's a, guidednutrition.com or whatever, which,
Our commentary on the latest study that was just released by the American Diabetic Association.
yeah, or here's a success story we want to share. Being a blogger's, kind of a good gig, because people reach out and say, here's some information I want to share, or you can reach out and say, here's something you might want to blog on, but just kind of establish yourself as a knowledgeable source for that information, and then that'll drive traffic back to your sites.
And you have to be consistent at it, right? A blog is almost, it's not a full-time job, but it's a...
Well, it's like a one-time article or an op-ed. Think of it as placing an op-ed in the newspaper, but you're not fighting for inches in a newspaper. You're trying to get posted on a website that gets updated twice a week. So there's more space to be had.
Okay, one more question to that.
Is there a tool that's appropriate for like a closed group, like in the case of Partnership Against Domestic Violence, or I'm with Kids Club and do bereavement medicine work? So is there a place where you can have a closed group where the kids can talk to each other about their personal issues and not have it up, but it's not something, kind of a virtual clubhouse sort of environment?
With something like that, you might have to get more technical. We have a lot of great developers that work with us at Blink Media, and what you can do if you have, like, for instance, if you have a fan page, and if you want to keep it closed, you can create codes and do different programming where only people who like the fan page can get involved in that. So, such as if you wanted something closed, like only for kids, like who are involved in that organization, you could actually have somebody develop for you this code to place in there where maybe you have a discussion board, but only people who are linked to your Facebook page could ever see it. So there are ways around that, you just have to get a little bit more technical.
You can also look at, there's tools like Ning and different websites that are out there that are community platform